Welcome everyone. Welcome to the fifth tasting of Beauj Box 2025. I'm here joined by none other than Mr. T, Mr. Talbot.
Hello.
Joining us. And Alton Hasser.
Hello.
Yeah, usually I taste Morgone with
We're
Dave.
branching out this year.
Dave. Yeah, and then I usually taste Flurry with Allison.
We're branching out.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna keep them on their toes and talk about a different crew this time. See how much they retain over
We're
the years.
nervous. We're nervous.
Pink granite.
Yeah, exactly. I was very impressed last year when you were
Yeah.
like, Flurry, pink granite. I was like,
Ma-
oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, I got it. 3 years later, 4 years later.
Yeah.
Got that one down.
Anyways, we're tasting this guy today. 2019 Saint-Cyr Journets Chenas. I think it's a Chenas.
You
Chenas.
always
Chenas.
Yeah. Every
Chenas.
year you say Chenas.
You keep the S a little silent. But
Yeah,
not
it's
totally silent.
Right? Like this
Chenas.
this area
Chenas.
pronounces the last S a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. We're gonna refer to Mr. Talbot for pronunciation today. But yeah, let's see. So you guys all have access to this map, but you guys know where Beaujolais is, right? This is the southern tip of Burgundy. That's where we are. And if you look a little more closely, let's see. If I...
I guess if they don't, they're on the wrong video, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So going down from top, we tasted Saint-Cyr this week. Actually, we're doing this recording the
You're throwing
the first
people
week.
off.
I know.
We have to pretend like we're doing it in the moment.
Yeah, should we? Okay.
2 weeks ago, we did Saint.
Yeah, 2 weeks we did. It was actually this week, but 2 weeks ago you tasted Saint-Cyr. So we did Juliana's live last week,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we're in Chenas, which is that little what is that turquoise color? Is
Yeah.
that what you call it? That area right there is where we are. As you can see, even on this map, it is one of the smallest crews of all 10. And the name that Chenas means Shen means oak tree. In
That's
French.
what your talking points say, at least.
And that's kind of where the name comes from. But so this area, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, used to be covered in oak trees, it's oak forest, and then they basically deforested this whole area and turned it into the Romans came in, deforested the whole area, and then turned it into a vineyard site.
Yes.
So it's Beaujolais. So
Kind of deforestation I can get behind.
So Roman.
I
So
don't know.
Roman.
So Roman.
So I guess it's terrible, but we're reaping the benefits of it now.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a power of suggestion knowing that. But like to me, if you were to ask me, like, what is a kind of a telltale marker of Chenas versus other crews, it always has this little bit of like this kind of a foresty, leafy, little bit of that kind of savory quality to it. We've also featured this, for those of you who've been around, we featured this producer before, about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, if I remember correctly. And that particular bottle, I remember thinking, tasting it, and I was like, holy shit, this tastes exactly like what Chenas should taste like. This one I get a little less, but nonetheless I do get a little bit of it. But yeah, so that's kind of oak forest. There's where the name comes from. The ink, this also writing is very very small for my old fucking man eyes now.
Gets worse, my friend.
Yeah.
Granite.
Oh yeah, thank you
Granite.
for bringing this up. But we should look at the soil map. So.
I was hoping we would.
So if you look at the Beaujolais soil map,
Oh my god, there's so much pink granite. It's amazing.
it's all that is all the granite. But
It's a reliable talking point.
shit, I can't work this thing.
You're doing great.
Okay,
There we
thank you.
go.
All right, go. So here's Chenas, and as you can see, there's a forested area that still exists here, but a lot of it is granite that runs through. And I actually even have Chenas specific one. So yeah, I found these soil maps, and these are actually super cool because they actually break out different climat or different vineyard sites within it. So actually didn't look closer to where Le Journets is, but it should be in here somewhere. Do you guys see it anywhere?
I don't know, my old man eyes are worse than your old man
Yeah.
eyes. So.
I don't see it. I don't know. But anyways, so Chenas, as you can see, a lot of it is this kind of like a red, pinkish area. So it's granite. What we're talking about is granite. Chenas is where the granite really starts to make its introduction into Cru Beaujolais. Even in Saint-Cyr, which what we tasted 2 weeks ago, you see there's a lot of different variety of different soil types that exist. Julianas, known for its most of its volcanic soil, that's why it's mostly green, not red. But really starting from Chenas and going down, you see all this granite just running through. So this is where you really start to see what granite does to kind of to Chenas. And quite frankly, the minerality character as well as the kind of texture of the wine changes quite a bit starting from Chenas because of that. Let's see, what other things I want to tell you. Soil type is a coarse sandy soil here, but so it's granite, but all broken down into kind of sandy soil here. A lot of vineyards here are all facing, like most of good vineyard sites in Beaujolais, they are south and southeast facing. So what happens here is that there's a great drainage because there's sand, and then there's a granite, which makes the soil really infertile. So the vines really have to struggle to like dig deep down to find water, nutrients, all that stuff. And then when vines have to struggle like that, they ended up actually making much more concentrated wine and more complexity. It's kind of like people, you know.
Yeah, this is what I tell my children.
Yeah, like you can't just put bubble wrap around them their entire lives. You know, they gotta go out there and
Parallels to child rearing.
Exactly.
Sure.
So this is a child or an adult that has seen some shit in his
And
face.
now it tastes delicious.
Now it tastes delicious. And then couple that with the south facing, you get plenty of sunlight. It helps with ripeness, so you end up actually getting some wines that are ageable, that can actually age and go for a few years. So Chenas doesn't, and it not only is it small in terms of size, but also in terms of amount of wine that's being made here is also small. I think Chenas is one of the most difficult ones to find, crus to find in America. Not because again, not much is made, but not much also makes it here. But when you do find the right ones, it can age for a while. Don't sleep on Chenas because it's drinkable, delicious now, but it's also something that can age for a while, like a Morgon, Fleury, and some of those things. This is a fun fact. The town of Chenas is actually in the appellation of Moulin-à-Vent. So if you ever go to Beaujolais and decide to stay in town of Chenas and thinking you're in Chenas and tasting wine from around there, it's actually Moulin-à-Vent. The actual demarcation line for that cru has shifted over the year.
And will we be visiting there in the Beauj Box field trip next year?
I would hope so. I would like to. That'd be sick.
Excellent.
If we could actually all take people over to Beaujolais, that'd be amazing.
I'm manifesting it.
Yeah, exactly. Who makes this wine? So this is Domaine Saint-Cyr, run by Raphael Saint-Cyr. He looks like a fucking rugby player. Is this guy?
He does.
I mean, I don't know.
He's wearing a rugby shirt.
He's very fun.
Right? If you ask me, if I ever saw that guy, I wouldn't think that he makes this like really ethereal and beautiful wine. He looks like a, I don't know,
beer drinker,
like that plays rugby.
Like a Miller Lite drinker.
100%.
Honestly.
100%.
Yeah.
Miller Lite or like what's the champagne beer?
Isn't that Miller?
High Life.
High Life. Miller High Life. Yeah.
He strikes me
as actually loud.
He strikes me as a
Stella when he feels fancy.
Yeah, exactly. He's a fourth generation vigneron, created by his family estate. Domaine Saint-Cyr was created by his great grandfather Pierre Saint-Cyr. The estate is actually located in southern edge of Beaujolais, but when Raphael took over in 2008, he actually decided to let go of a lot of his family plot in southern Beaujolais and decided to buy vineyards up in cru sites. So Chenas. So the actual winery is in southern Beaujolais, but all the fruit for all these things come from obviously from Chenas. So now he owns quite a bit. So they farm 23 hectares, which is one of the bigger. 23 hectares in Beaujolais as an individual producer is a pretty pretty sizable. Obviously, there are negociants and different co-ops that own much bigger land holding than that. But as a small one-time, like a family-owned business, for them to farm 23 hectares is pretty big.
Good job, Raphael.
Raphael, makes it happen. So yeah, now he works farms in Morgon, Régnier, Chenas, and Moulin-à-Vent as well. And I do think he makes also white wine from Beaujolais Village, if I'm not mistaken, as well. The whole thing behind him is that, he obviously grew up with wine, all of that, but he saw his grandfather, as well as his uncle, get sick from all the chemicals that they were spraying in the field. So as soon as he took over, he started converting it immediately to organics. And then now he farms completely chemical free, and he's certified organic as well as biodynamic.
Yeah, he is not giving me organic vibes at all.
Right? If you look at this guy is definitely like a burger driving tractors and
Corn-fed
spraying
burgers,
spraying the field.
Yeah,
No,
getting in
potato
fights and
rolls.
bars.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no,
Yeah.
this guy is like, mixing his biodynamic witch brew and then spraying it with
That's
the horse
why we don't
tails.
judge. That's why we don't
exactly.
judge.
Don't judge the book by its cover.
That's why we judge, but then can rethink our judgments.
He looks like a person who would be fun to have a drink with, though.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah. I would totally go out
Let's
with
put him on the tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I am going to send this out in the email, but there's actually an interview with Raphael by the importer of this wine. So if you guys want to watch that, it's a little long, but it's fun because he talks a lot about kind of different sites where he works and the difference between different vineyards. Even within Chenas, he makes like 3 or 4 different bottlings from different vineyard sites that he has. So really fun producer to kind of taste through Chenas because he has different vineyard sites within that. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna include a picture of his horse that he works with. He has 2 horses that were super cute, so I pulled them up. If I have it, do I have it? Maybe not. But anyways, he has
You could just put up a random horse.
2 horses named Samba and El Sueño.
I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dream. But yes. So what is this wine? This is a 55-year-old organic and biodynamic Gamay. 100%. It's from a single vineyard called Les Journets. He's been farming this vineyard. This was the exact same vineyard that we tasted 4 years ago. Obviously different vintage. So it'd be fun if any of you guys have any bottles left over from last time we featured them.
I will go search.
Oh.
I think I will.
Identify yourself if you do. Identify yourself.
You send your address.
Yeah, you can do a little vertical tasting, But yeah, he's been farming. It's one of my favorite of his Chenas. So I've tasted his other Chenas as well, but for some reason this one just seems a lot more like just most well-rounded, most complete, if you ask me. But anyways, he's been farming this for over a decade. In 2017, he decided to vinify this block separately and experimenting with a full carbonic maceration with this. And then he really liked the result. So that's exactly what we have here. So this is a full carbonic. So, we've done some partial semi-carbonic so far. And then now we've got full carbonic wine. And then we'll see when we get there. Like, that really poppy, high tone, lifted red fruit, all that is going to come out here. Cold carbonic maceration for 23 days, which is a little bit longer than what we've been seeing, right? So now there's something else to also think about. So instead of, we've been seeing usually 16 to 18 days, now it's 23 days, so a little bit longer with that intracellular enzymatic fermentation, the carbonic maceration. It's so very geeky right now. All native yeast beginning on day 15. So yeah, once it pops out, it starts mixing with the yeast on the skins. And then it's 50% aged in old oak barrels, small barrels, for 10 months. Minimal sulfites of bottling, unfiltered, unfined is what we have here.
Great.
Any questions?
None. I know everything.
Okay. All right. Well,
Pink granite.
Pink granite. Let's taste the wine. Do you guys want to do it together? You guys want to pick a section?
I'm happy to start with the appearance. If,
Okay.
Allison wants to do the nose.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Appearance.
Well, I would say this is not clear.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, for the intents and purposes, I would say this is clear,
Ish.
but yeah, exactly. It's not filtered. It's not fine. Yeah, this
Right.
is.
But not hazy, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere in between,
Yeah.
which we would expect from this.
Yeah.
I would say medium to medium plus intensity, at least from my perspective, for this sort of gamay, right?
Yeah, I can kind of see through it. I'll call this about medium, is what I would call that.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep drinking it. We're like looking at it. I don't know.
I mean, it's
Oh
delicious.
no, wait,
I
that's
love
not
this
what
one.
we're doing.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
doing that one yet.
Color?
I would say this is a ruby or garnet.
Yeah, ruby is
Somewhere
what I
in
would call
between
this. Yeah.
And then, not much else to, I've been resisting drinking it, unlike Allison. So I'm going to brush through this so we can get to it.
Can't take
Because it smells amazing.
I mean, full disclosure, we've already had a bottle of Chablis before we started, so, I'm just saying.
We're editing that part out of the
They know who they're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. Nose. Should we take the nose?
I mean, it seems like it's happening. I would say that this is a clean wine, but probably you would say, but there's something kind of funky about it, too.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. There's some lifted VA here. It's not super clean here. This wine is totally sound. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not faulty, right? But yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, the nose. I'm always so bad with the intensity.
Give it a little swirl.
Give it a swirl. Don't
Start
spill it
moving
on
in.
myself.
Start moving towards your nose.
Do you
That
listen?
loss is hell's for you, don't worry.
I mean, I smell pure.
So like,
Medium plus.
Yeah. That's pretty far. That's like,
see, I don't smell it from there.
yeah. So,
I
moving
just
closer.
don't.
Yeah,
I
right
smell
there.
it here. Like my. It's pretty close. My nose
How
is
about you?
pretty close.
Yeah, I'd say this is a medium plus.
Yeah. This is up here. Yeah, that's like I will almost want to say like it's borderline pronounced, but like medium plus is what I would call this.
My
Yeah.
nose doesn't work very well.
We can't.
Yeah.
All right, medium plus intense aromas of.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What do we got?
I feel like there's something floral.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, violet.
Little violet.
I like that.
Yeah.
Rose, violet.
Little rose, little violet.
Yeah.
To me, this is more like a rose than it is a violet, but yes, definitely a touch of like a floral.
I'm not good at the nose.
Green, citrus, stone, tropical.
No.
Rose.
Yeah, just
No.
red.
And then fruit-wise, you guys are red.
Red fruit.
Yeah. To me, this is very, very much of red fruit.
It's a cranberry to me.
Yeah. A lot of cranberry,
Raspberry.
raspberry, currant, strawberry. I mean, like name it all. Like this is. It's just like a basket of red fruit.
A basket of red fruit.
And honestly, so even within northern half of Beaujolais, which is where all the 10 crews are, Chenas is still quite even north of that northern half, and then especially the top three, the Julianas gets darker because of the volcanic soil, but Saint-Cyr and Chenas, especially when you've got the full carbo like this, is really going to be all red fruit expressions. There's going to be pockets of Chenas where it's going to get a little bit darker just because of the soil type changes and the amount of carbonic, maybe semi-carbonic other things, but particularly when you do full carbonic from these kind of northerly crews, it's red fruit is what we're talking about. So, yeah, red fruit for sure, just different kind of things kind of running through. Character of the fruit, what do you think? Character of the fruit, like is it dried? Is it fresh? Is it ripe?
Fresh.
Underripe?
Right.
Yeah, I get like super ripe, super fresh. Nothing underripe about this.
No. Or overripe.
Or you think it's
No,
or
no, it's not overripe. It's
not
just,
overripe.
It's just
Yeah,
fresh.
yeah, exactly. It's just really fresh fruit, like perfectly ripe, like peak of the season. How about also like that high tone thing that we're talking about? Like, do you get just fresh fruit? Do you get some like I don't know, Jolly Rancher or? Like
I
some
don't get the
fresh-
candied thing.
Yeah.
That I would maybe expect from a full carbonic maceration wine. But I don't get it as much. Yeah, if you could just like do like a little effect when you edit the video.
I mean, which is
That would
it's
be
right
great.
on. You're
Thank
dead
you.
on. Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, it doesn't have as much of that, and I was wondering about that. Is that's because it's a little older? I feel like sometimes we drink the full carbonic and it's only a few years old, and maybe that, you know.
That could definitely be it. A little bit older, so some of that like high tone thing that'll mellows out. But there's a little bit of I get mostly fresh fruit, but I get a little bit of like Twizzler, but like strawberry flavored Twizzler, not raspberry flavored Twizzler.
It's been sitting in the car for too long.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I get it more in the nose than if I had, for example, started tasting it already.
Yeah.
Than how it tastes. I can smell it more than.
Yeah, I just can't get past the fresh fruit. There's not much else.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, it's like the fruit on this thing is amazing, and the fact that it's 2019, right? Like this is 6 years, yet, I mean, it's still so fresh, right? Like to me, there's nothing about this fruit character that's getting tired, getting old, or like it's getting dried, or none of that. Like it's super fresh, super ripe. Any herbaceous, herbal, spice, rockiness, any of this stuff?
I might get a little whetstone at the bottom, but
I get a little crushed. Like it's not super minerally, but I get a little bit of like a crushed kind of thing. But yeah, to me, there's definitely some of that, like going to high tone stuff like Twizzler, like strawberry Twizzler kind of thing going on here. Haribo, kind of a thing. Any secondary, any tertiary here?
No.
Not really. No,
Me neither. Again, the fact that it's 2019 and yet everything is still in the primary and we're not getting any of this dried things is pretty amazing. Just speaks volume about the longevity of this wine. All right, let's do the palate together. We finally get to drink it.
That'd be dry.
Well, it's definitely dry. God damn, that's so good.
I would say this is medium acidity for me.
What do you think?
I feel like
I expected it to be higher, actually. I don't really. It doesn't.
I am experiencing as more acidic, but I also am not good at acidity, so you're probably right.
I'm gonna call this like right between medium, lower end of medium plus higher than medium.
Okay.
Very diplomatic.
Yeah. I find this has a lot of grip. I think the tannins are a little higher than the last time we had Chenas.
Yeah. So this is the thing about Chenas is that even though this is full carbonic, right, which means the whole point of carbonic is to extract less of the phenolics, less of the tannin. It's about the purity of the fruit. The fact that we still have this kind of like a medium, at least medium level of tannin here, is goes to show how much tannin can be produced at Chenas. And this is one of the reasons why it is age-worthy, because you can build in on top of that acid, you have the tannin background as well. And that's also a lot to do with granite. Just when you grow something on a very infertile soil, rocky soil like granite or limestone, it develops exactly out of that kind of backbone, the tannic muscle in the back. Alcohol.
13.
What do you think?
Wow, 13.
I don't know.
That sounds right, where you're just looking at the bottle.
I'm going to go with like 12 and a half, maybe 12.5. Yeah. So, right around there.
I like to round up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all within as long as you are within like a 1% range, you're fine. Quite frankly, they have about 1% range anyway. So yeah. But 12%. So this is right in the medium. 12 and a half. So it's right in the medium. Body.
I mean, this is a medium plus for me.
Medium plus.
I'm gonna call it medium. I don't think it's that big, but it's not nothing.
It's just flavorful because of the fruit, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's a little distracting from that evaluation. But yeah.
And it's still, I mean, we're going to talk about that next. But
density, maybe. That's
yeah, exactly. The concentration
mixing
of things
those
is
things
awesome.
up. Yeah.
Even on the nose, I mean, that was like borderline pronounced for me. Like, I'm smelling up here, which is pretty far. And then
What's wrong with my nose?
what is wrong?
All the time.
You have
It happens
kids,
to me all the
Allison, so
time,
you've been
though.
sick constantly. That's what it is.
But
I
like,
mean, I think
yeah, I smell like.
no, nowhere near.
It's
Oh.
yeah. I'm doing on this one.
Yeah. So body medium, most we don't talk about, but this is like medium plus intensity. The fact that we tend to think of like the color as something when it's like this light, as like not having intensity, but it's not necessarily true.
No.
The actual intensity, the aromas and flavors has kind of nothing to do with actually color on the wine. But yeah, I'm gonna call this medium plus intense, borderline pronounced, just like on the on the nose. Are you guys confirming everything that we talked about on the nose?
I
Is
don't
there
find
anything
a huge
else?
difference between the nose and the palate. Sometimes wines can be very different between the nose and the palate, but I really get that rose that we talked about on the nose, and then it's all red fruit to me. I mean, all of them.
Yeah, for me the main difference is I don't get the same degree of the candied flavor as I do smell.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing different, but to me, I didn't get it on the nose, but here on the palate, and again, could be a power suggestion, but right at the end, like towards the back end of the length, I get this little bit like woozy, kind of like savory, maybe like dried hay kind of a thing going on here.
Okay, I see that. I mean, to me, that was sort of the tannin, but maybe I'm just confused.
And to me, like I get that with the and again, it could be that I always associate it with the Chenas, but like Chenas has this kind of like a woodsy, savory kind of a thing going on, and
It's
I
so
don't
delicious.
like that.
Thank you. Not driving.
We're in Mr. Talbot's.
I do get the minerality on the palate,
Yeah,
but no more intense than it was on the nose.
yeah, but yeah, definitely get some like a granitic soil, kind of like a crushed rock kind of thing going on here for me, for sure. So yeah, a little bit. I didn't pick up on the nose, but the kind of woodsy, savory character on top of the fresh, ripe fruit, all the red fruit that we talked about, the rose petals. I do get Twizzler for me, but you don't get it. That's fine. And then
I mean, I have some in the cupboard. We can taste them side by side.
That'll be fun.
What do you think?
okay. And then crushed rock. It's kind of what I got. Wait, do you actually have Twizzler?
I really do. Would you like me to go get them?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do that right now. Yeah. Also, forgot
This
to
was
mention.
not scripted.
Yeah,
This is
this
just
is
serendipitous.
on prompt too.
For those of you at
But it's
home.
also like the because Twizzler is like I don't know what flavor that is, but it's very different from strawberry. This is it, yeah. But strawberry Twizzler, this is cherry.
Cherry Twizzler. We'll give it a
That's
try.
alright, but let's open this up.
So many varieties.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want a whole Twizzler.
And we can share this,
Yeah,
but
let's
you can
share.
smell that,
Oh, God.
right?
I didn't
Smells like red dye number.
Yeah. But like that's not cherry, you know what I mean? That is like
you got a really big Twizzler.
candied, and this is what I mean by like chiton,
It's at least fresh.
right? Like you never call this to be like we know that this is cherry flavored, but if you ever ate actual cherry, it doesn't
No.
taste nothing like this.
I think
you know
about
what
that a
mean?
lot with watermelon
Cough syrup
flavor,
is
too.
called cherry.
Right.
Tastes like this. But, no. I mean, this is better.
And that's what I mean by like high tone. Like a lot of times when this full carbonic wine can give off with a high tone fruit, people want to call high tone strawberry. It's not actually strawberry. It's like a candied, almost artificial kind of flavor.
This is actually pretty delicious. I haven't had one of those in a long
I
time.
love Twizzler.
Do you really?
I love Twizzler.
Alison is unconvinced.
Yeah.
Do they pair well with the wine, though?
Probably not. I don't know, man. Nope. Yeah, might have been the best choice, but
Don't
here we
try
are.
this at home,
Yeah.
kids.
But we're almost done with this. Secondary, tertiary, anything here?
No.
I know, it's really hard to get past how
Yeah.
fresh
No,
the
I'm
fruit
going to
is.
spend the rest of the video, like, dealing with the Twizzler in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, stuck in my teeth.
Here we are.
If you'd like to spit it out, I can give you a bit.
No, it's stuck in my teeth now.
Oh, wow.
So I gotta either, like, just be here, like, sort of
You've
jam
come
my
to the
finger.
home dentistry, Alison. I have lots of options for you.
Yeah, it's the first time I've actually ever paired Twizzler with wine before.
And you won't do it again?
I'm so
Yeah.
glad we could experience this with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And it turns out it's not a good one. So,
First.
This
This is a first, everyone.
yeah. Also,
Count yourselves lucky.
sorry, I forgot onesie. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video.
The ones that you
The onesie, sorry, Lindsay, Rob, if you're watching this.
Where even
sorry.
is Lindsay, though?
I know. These
She
days,
lives in my town. She's
Lindsay.
also Canadian.
I did
very
I know
true.
that?
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's also
Sorry,
Canadian.
Lindsay.
she used to play hockey. Like,
Does she even
Yes,
go here?
I remember this now.
yeah,
I hope she watches the video.
I hope so.
Her
I hope
ears
so.
should be ringing
Lindsay,
at least.
Yeah.
if you see this video, text me.
Can we at least,
Somebody wants to hang out.
She lives in my town.
Yeah. She just moved.
She moved like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But she's in Tacoma Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who doesn't love Tacoma Park?
Nice.
I'm against nuclear weapons too.
Yeah, I think we'll cover everything, right? We got the stones.
Yep.
We got the little.
We haven't got the length. That's it.
Yeah. Final length.
I think this has got some length.
This is also a lesson, though. Now that we've been something sweet, this wine seems so much more pep, doesn't it? Like the acid just pops out so much more.
No, I totally get that. Yeah, I should have actually
I still
switched this
Twizzler in
before
my
my
tooth.
tasting.
Yeah.
I think that has some length that really sticks with me.
The what?
This really sticks with me.
Yeah. It's got some length. I'm gonna call this medium plus.
Yep.
What do you think?
I'm still tasting
Yeah,
Twizzler.
I know. I got a lot.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
The Twizzler has definitely got a long finish.
We're gonna pause the recording so I can get Allison a toothpick. Okay. So.
I'm gonna stop complaining about it.
Yeah. We'll do the.
Will cocktail skewer do? I have one of those very close.
Go with the finger now. We're not civilized as well.
That'd be a really good part of the video.
Yeah. All right. Conclusion. Let's bring it on.
Conclusion. I feel like this was a very short video.
Really?
Especially, I think I had one with
People
you that was
watching it
over
are
an
not
hour.
going to feel that
The
way.
first one.
The
was-
one we
first
Lindsay
one
and I
was very
did because
long.
we just heckled you.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah, it's still time.
I mean, yeah, there's still time.
Love it.
Quality level. Is this balanced?
Very.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. This is actually one of the more balanced ones that I've tasted in this box so far.
Yep.
I mean, they're all balanced, but this particular one just seems very harmonious.
I
Everything
agree.
just seems very well integrated.
Mm-hmm.
Concentration, we call medium plus on the nose.
Yep.
Medium plus on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Complexity. What would you say?
Media? I don't think it's that complex.
No secondary, no tertiary, all in the primary. Little flower.
Yep.
Bunch of red fruit.
But we taste the woods,
Woods.
etc.
Yeah. Some Twizzler. Strawberry Twizzler. Literally. And
I mean, honestly, the complexity of encompassing Twizzler, strawberry Twizzler, and woods is pretty impressive.
yeah. But still all in the primary. So what, call that about medium?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Length, we call medium plus.
Yep.
So when you look at all of that, balance, medium plus intensity, medium complexity, and then medium plus length. We
That's a
land
very
up
good
somewhere
wine.
in medium
Very
plus. So we're going to call this very good.
Yep. Agree.
Would you age this?
Yes.
I would.
Acid, tannin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what we haven't talked about is how long is too long for a Beaujolais, right? Because I still have some wines left from the first Beauj box, right?
Wow, really?
Because I'm very disorganized.
Yeah.
And we can go and look at them and see if there's one of these. But is this a 5-year or is that a less?
To me, the fact that, like you mentioned, it already has a backbone, right? It's got we called it like medium plus, somewhere between medium plus acidity. It's got medium tannin. So it's got a very solid backbone, decent backbone. The fact that this is 2019, 6 years later, is still all fresh, which already tells me that this is got longevity already built into it. And then knowing that this is also Chenas is one of the age-worthy, long-living kind of cruise of them all. I said this is easily another 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we can easily drink this, enjoy it for the next 5, maybe another up to 8.
Okay.
You will definitely probably start to see some tertiary kick in within the next 3 to 5 years. At 8 years, I don't know, it's going to fall apart. I don't know, but at least I would say 5 to 8 is my guess right now. But as I come back in 3, 5, and then at that point you can make a decision about should I start drinking this a lot faster or let it go and then or keep it for another 3 years.
Nice.
That's what I would say. Excellent. Now, final question before they actually haven't seen this.
I saw it.
How much do you
I've been
think?
reading his talking points.
How much do you think this one is on a retail shelf? How much would you be happy to pay for this on a retail shelf?
It's probably $30, I would think, for a Chenas.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's excellent. So 35 to 40.
Okay.
Even though I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw what you saw. How much would you be happy paying for it?
I feel
Having
like
tasted what you tasted.
I don't like it too much.
You don't like this too much.
I don't dislike it, but I don't like it that much. And I will say that as I reflect back on Beauj boxes, I don't think I've generally liked Chenas, except for last year. I loved it. And I don't know why, because I don't remember why I loved it. I just loved it.
No, I'm trying to remember.
Is that the Twizzlers talking?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what we.
So I think, I think like if I bought this for 25, I would feel fine about it.
We did Pakale, Christophe Pakale Chenas. That is like natty with like capital N.
Weird.
You like
That
that?
smelled like
I
horse's
really
ass.
like
Yeah, exactly. That one was dirty.
What?
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
like that.
like-
No,
super filthy.
maybe I remember I
It's
loved
like I'm
it.
going to sit next to a tree and cover myself in dirt because
Yeah.
I'm going to feel at home.
And I like that, right? But like you, I don't know if you like that.
That's
Yeah.
very. I just bought some from the boat from the.
I mean, it's delicious. I love that one.
I know,
But I
yeah.
just didn't know that you were into that one.
I remembered loving it, and I missed it on like the month, and I was like the whole year. I was like, oh, I missed it, and then it was like the thing I requested for years of the past. But now I'm like wondering if I just like was having a bad day and just alcohol
Or
was
maybe
great,
you just really like
know?
this
Yeah,
one. That's fine.
Yeah,
Or
it's
maybe
okay.
I just loved that one.
No, it's a
Okay,
good
well,
one.
I don't know. Anyway, I think that I don't dislike this one, but I also don't particularly love it.
Okay.
And so
I am not
Yeah.
with Allison on this.
Yeah.
I think I like her very much, but guess what? I like this one
Yeah,
a lot.
I like this
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
This is also a fun one. Again, so full disclosure, we're doing this recording the week that we taste this Saint-Cyr. There's a lot of similar thread that runs through this and the Saint-Cyr. There's a lot of lifted kind of red fruit,
Yeah.
carbonic really coming through with some lifted VA here. But to me, this seems even more kind of harmonious than the Saint-Cyr.
yeah,
And I love that Saint-Cyr. We actually have that bottle. I brought that over, so we're gonna taste
yeah.
that.
I can try it and do a taste tester.
But yeah, I don't know. I love this producer. I love this vineyard that
Yeah,
makes
I
it.
love the
It's good.
branding.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this wine on the retail shelf will be $36.
There you go.
So
clearly, I'm willing to pay that.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, these days with a good cru Beaujolais, I think 36 is completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would expect. But it just, I mean, you guys remember even 5 years ago when we did this,
Yeah.
we didn't have that many Beaujolais that were like breaking into mid-30s.
No, for real.
Yeah, like now you're
Everything's
seeing
got more
inflation.
expensive.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you're seeing that inflation and then things happening.
And stock up now, folks.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, truly.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
With the tariffs coming too, it's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be even more expensive. And
Yeah.
well, I don't know. We'll see. Any questions? Any comments? Any
Nope,
disagreements?
love this.
Anything?
No disrespect to Allison's opinion.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I'll
I won't take it
admit,
personally.
I appreciate the ones that smell like horse's ass, but I don't enjoy them as much as something
Yeah.
that feels as sophisticated
Yeah.
as this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bright, it's fresh, and it's disgusting.
Like if I opened this
Thank
for pretty much any guest I had, I think that would please pretty much anybody. It's very accessible but delicious and very, but the fruit is just
Yeah.
right there.
It's this kind of wine that got me into natural wine, and that's what got me into Beaujolais. So these kind of like bright, poppy, red fruit, full carb, like natural Beaujolais, and this reminds me so much of that. So got a little soft spot.
Oh,
for me, but
it's getting all misty.
you know. Well, we got more wines to drink. I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The camera doesn't pan that wide, but
half drunk bottles.
We won't do that on
samples.
camera though.
Yeah, so don't you worry. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys
man.
for joining me.
Thanks for
Appreciate
bringing
you. And
I'm gonna go down the cellar and look for the other one.
yeah, that'd be fun. Let's see if we can.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Not that we don't have others. But there we go.
If you guys have any questions, comments, you know where to find me. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Are we doing that now?